Hey guys, I'm out at Riverview and today I've got two cameras. I have my Mamiya RB67 and I have a roll of Rollei 400 infrared. Film that I'm quite familiar with. I've been using it for many years now, mainly 120 and 4x5. But today I just need 120. Why? Because alongside the RB and the Rollei infrared, I'm going to be also shooting some digital. The Nikon D850, or if you're in Japan, it's Nikon D8 Rollei. Why am I doing that? Well, that's a good question. I'm going to be sticking a 720 filter on the digital and doing some digital infrared, and then I'm going to compare them just to see the similarities and the differences, which I'm sure there are many. If you've been following me on my channel, you'll know that I just came back from Japan, and I had with me my Mamiya 6 folder, and I shot exclusively the Rollei infrared with a little 720, a Zomi 720 filter, and I also had the digital, and I shot exclusively with the infrared filter in front of it. This is definitely not a digital versus film, or film versus digital. I just want to see what the similarities are and what the differences are. Now, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, which I found out in Japan, shooting with a 720 filter mounted on the lens, because my exposures were quite long. They were up to like 30 seconds. And that was with the ISO way down to like 64. So I'm also going to play around with the ISO setting just to see where image quality starts to get really ugly. So let's get started. I've got two tripods. My super duper light tripod that I took with me to Japan. I love it. And my Gitzo or Jitzo, however you pronounce the tripod that I've had forever. I've had it. This is probably the first tripod I ever bought. 1992 I bought it. I still have it, and I use this sucker mainly for my my RB67. Although I have used it on this, not with a long lens because it goes if I do. This one I use mainly for my large format cameras, right up to my 14x17, which I will be taking out once again very shortly. So the RB will go on this, and the Nikon will go on this, or Nikon, however you pronounce it. So if I say Nikon, I mean Nikon. Okay? Okay. All right. So let's. This thing you can actually prop up a tank if you wanted to change the treads on the tank. Quick release. I wonder if I'll need the prism finder. I think I'll change out to the prism finder. The Nikon will go on this little tripod. So beautiful day today. A little bit of a wind, which seems to be the normal these last couple of years. Donut. That's for later. So I've got my Earth 720 filter. It's a 77mm. Why? Because my RB lenses are all 77, and same with my Nikon lenses, so don't need any step-up rings. For the Mamiya, I'll have it in mirror up mode. I've got three lenses. I've got the 90 on it right now. I have my 50 and my 127. I think I'm going to get a shot of this overhanging tree here. Alright, here's my setup. Of course, I'm going to move that one over here after I take a picture, and I've got to remember to put the infrared filter on, because that's what it's all about. gosh, that sun is kind of in my face and it's being shielded by that branch, leaves. Yeah, that's good. I need the filter. So I'm exposing this film with this filter at EI6. Take some readings of the shadow, half second of 5.6. And it's pretty normal, I would say, the subject luminance range. So half a second at 5.6. Actually, I need to place that reading down. I'm going to put it about on zone 4, so that's one stop less. Then I'm going to need for one stop more. So 5.1 stop more to get me on EI6. So back to 5.6, and I'm going to stop down. So one stop, 2 stops. So that'll be 2 seconds plus reciprocity, so that should put me at 6 seconds. But I'm going to double check my chart just to make sure. So 4 seconds will give me, 4 seconds. That's not 6 seconds, that's going to be 10 seconds, right? 10. It's a factor of 2.5. Good thing I checked. Now, I'm going to switch cameras.
I'm awake. Come in here.
I'm going to go in mirror up mode. I'm going to change the ISO to 64. Just from experience, I'm going to put it all the way down to 20 seconds. There's always trains. Okay, it's just rendering. It's the downside of, using a lens filter on the lens as opposed to getting your camera converted to record just infrared, but I really don't want to do that to this camera. So the reason why I bought this is so I could do tricolor gum printing. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I think I'll go with that. Right, I'm going to move along and photograph something else. Oh my goodness, look at the graffiti here. It's crazy. That's gotten so bad. Can you guys see that? I'm gonna take a picture of that. One more. I'm gonna photograph that big tree over there. Having fun. All right, I've already taken a photograph with the RB67. I switched to the 50mm lens when I was up at the South Lawn building. Kept it on for this one, and my exposure at EI6 was with reciprocity included was 10 seconds at f22, I believe. Yep, f22. I'm going to take some pictures with the digital. It's all set up. I'm going to time how long it takes for the photograph to render before I can preview it. So we'll have the stopwatch on, and I've got it at ISO of 64, and my exposure time is 20 seconds at f16. So I've got it in mirror up mode and shutter delay, so the mirror goes up, and then I gotta wait 3 seconds before it actually takes the picture, and then I gotta wait 20 seconds. So I'll start timing right when the shutter closes. Okay, it's taking the picture. Okay, it's rendering, and I'm timing almost 21 seconds until I can view it. Let's take another picture, but at ISO 100, and I'll go to f18. This should be the same because I didn't change the shutter speed. Oh. So it was about the same. So if I change the shutter speed, of course that makes sense. So I'm going to go to ISO 200, and I'll change the shutter speed to 10 seconds. So that should be shorter. The rendering time should be shorter. Yep, about half the time. Let's change ISO to 400 to get the same exposure. I'll change to about 5 seconds. I think it'd be half, right? Yep. 5 seconds, 39. And let's change the ISO to 800. The shutter speed, 2.5 seconds. So about 2 seconds. And we'll change that again to 1600. Go to about 1.3 seconds. My trigger finger is a little slow, but it was probably about 1.5 seconds. Okay, we're going to change to ISO 3200. We'll go to about half a second. No rendering. So it's at half a second. I can get preview right away. Okay, let's change it to 6400. Yep. And now we'll go to 12,800, ISO of 12,800, 1/8 of a second shutter speed, and instant preview. So waiting, what was it, 21 seconds at ISO 64. 21 seconds, not bad. Felt like I was waiting longer in Japan, like more like 30 seconds. All right, that's it. I'm gonna head back, develop that film, upload these pictures onto the computer, and then I'll scan my film in, my negatives in, and I'll look at them side by side, and we'll just have a look and see how similar or how different they are. I'm curious to see how the ISO affects, changing the ISO affects the overall image quality. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Look at you, Nikon, so light. Heavy. Oh, my left arm is gonna be screaming murder. Nothing like a donut and a coffee.